West begins in Fort Worth, Texas, to around the globe. You are listening to Talk of the Night. And now, your host, Paranormal Phil. Thank you, and good evening, good morning, wherever you may be around the world, around the globe, or even in your own backyard. I am Paranormal Phil, and I apologize, but Google Chrome crashed, so I had to restart the stream and everything like that. So give me a minute to share it. And again, I apologize. But I don't know what was up with Google Chrome, so I'm using Firefox to broadcast this live stream, and hopefully everything doesn't crash. So give me a second to let everybody know I am live. Okay, so I am back live again. I'm sorry about the crash on Google Chrome. Something's up with Google Chrome tonight. So again, I'm going to have to use Firefox to do everything. I guess I don't have the disk space to keep recording this, so I guess I'll have to take this from Facebook and share it on the show's website. But let's bring the show's website back up. I want to talk about that once again. Continue on talking about that. For those that are new and retuning in and everything like that, I apologize and everything like that. But share with everybody that you know, friends, family, everything like that. And I will use Google Chrome, but only to check the chat for the thing, because I don't want to use it for streaming, because again, it crashed on me and took everything away with it. So again, like I said, what you're looking at right now on the screen is the Talk in the Night website, and we'll talk about that here in a second some more. But let me get to the page here so that way I can check the chat, because I cannot see the chat. I could do it on my phone. Actually, let's do that, because I don't want to have Google Chrome crash everything again. Use it for streaming, because okay. Again. Let's see there. Okay, turn off the. Okay, sorry about that. Again, like I said, no worries. Darn gremlins, yes. So I do have my phone over here so I can look at the chat. So again, if you would share this and let me know. Why do I got captions on? Or unless that's not. If you would share this and. Unless that's not live. That might be the old one. I want to make sure I'm on the correct one and not the old live stream. Again, I had issues with it, so please bear with me. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, I want to make sure. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Bill. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, like I said, Google Chrome crashed. So, and why do I still got captions on? Anyways, I'm not worried about the captions right now. um, but anyways, this is the website, what you're looking at here. Again, all of my social media sites that you can follow the show on. Once I go back to the airways on March 21st, I got new equipment, new microphone. Don't want it too close to my mouth. But follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and of course my YouTube channel. Like those pages, subscribe, follow. I will be posting when I do go live what guests I do have coming up. Again, I'm going to talk about the guests that I do have coming up for the first week of the show again. But again, if you like to advertise, I promise you that the issue that I had tonight with Google Chrome crashing on me, that will not happen on the 21st. I will make sure of that. But if you like to advertise with the show, I do have rates that fit everybody's budget. Right here, you can click on, this is where you can listen to the show on the 21st on Spreaker. It's not on Spreaker tonight. It's just Facebook Live tonight. Again, that picture is small. It should be bigger. I don't know why it shrunk when I updated the website, but it did. I will expand that out. This is where past stories of the day, every day that I am live, even on Saturdays and Sundays, I will post a story of the day, whether it be paranormal related or weird or interesting or something like that. That's where a story of the day, after I post it, after the next day, this is where it's going to end up, and there's going to be a bunch of stories there. The recap of last show, the little short broadcast that I did on Spreaker to mention the return of Talking the Night, you can listen to that there to see what it sounds like on radio only. Upcoming tonight's show, which is the live stream that you're watching right now. And then upcoming shows that you'll only see 1 week in advance. Now, when I get to doing the newsletter again, or, well, not again because I never did it the last time, but when I do a newsletter, those people that buy the newsletter and everything will get advance notice of guests coming up in advance. Only those that get the newsletter. But I will talk about the newsletter here in a second. But the first week of the show, we got Bruce Olaf Solheim, as we're going to be talking about ancient alien mystics. We're going to talk about his contact with aliens and his book, Anzar the Prognator. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into UFOs for the first show. Then the second show, we're going to welcome John Moore as we talk about shamanism and everything like that. And his take on the paranormal is being related to his shamanistic practices. Then the third show is Ghost of the Civil War with Don Allison. He's got a couple books out. I've had him on the show before talking about the ghosts at Gettysburg. So if you have an interest in the Civil War like I do, especially the South, but, me interested in the South, but that's the story for another day. But anything Civil War related and the paranormal, that's the show for you. So we're going to talk about his books and his experiences with the paranormal at Gettysburg. The fourth day, it still shows to be determined because I am still waiting on confirmation for that guest. Hopefully by Sunday I will have that confirmation in hand to where I can put that information. Again, for those tuning in, this is talkingthenight.com. You can find out all the show's information right there. And then, of course, every Friday night, I do open lines where you, the listeners, can call in, share your stories, experiences about the paranormal or anything like that. Or just anything else that you want to talk about, except for sports and music. And music, like I said before everything crashed, the only music I'm going to be playing is bumper music for the commercial breaks, and those are going to be either copyright free music or music that I've have express written consent to use that music. Now, for those that are not familiar with the show, I do the show 2 hours, so the breaks are at the half and the top of the hour. So 3 commercial breaks. So I do have spots for 30-second spots, 15-second spots, nothing longer than a 30-second spot. But usually about 15 to 30-second spots available. And it's a limited number of slots that I'm going to have available for advertising. Again, all the advertising rates are well below what a terrestrial radio station would charge. And I do have rates for those that are on a tight budget. I know times are tough right now, so I will work with you on the advertising costs if you like to advertise on the show, because later on I'm going to talk about where all the show is going to be heard. So it's going to be heard by millions of listeners all around the world. Tonight's live stream, maybe not so much, but when I do broadcast on the radio, it will be heard around the world on several different platforms, and I'll get into that in a moment here. Radio guest list, like I said before it crashed, and make sure it didn't crash again. They are great for guests, to get guests if you have a show of your own. I recommend using them. Again, like I said, once I contact all the guest requests that I got now and get them scheduled, I'm going to be booked already a month in advance, and I've only put that out earlier this week. So by next week, when I go live, by next week before I go live in about a week from Monday, I am going to be booked up probably for 3 months straight. So if you want to be a guest on the show, if you got something interesting to talk about the paranormal or something like that, send me a guest request at talkinthe.night@outlook.com, because slots will go quickly. Talking the Night News, we're talking about the return. The YouTube channel, again, the sponsorship for smaller paranormal groups and small-time authors. I got better rates for those that really can't afford it, but not everybody. You have to prove to me that you don't have the funds or something like that. But being in the paranormal field as long as I want to get back to the paranormal community. This day in history will be also coming back the day before I go live on the airwaves, radio only. So no more Facebook Lives, no more YouTube, unless there's a special event or something that's special that I want to talk about. But it's all going to be radio only. So all you will hear is me sitting behind the mic and my voice. That's it. Again, I got advertising spots. I still got Nicole's old book up there because she sponsored the show. I do need to take it off because she's no longer sponsoring the show, unless she wants to redo everything. Like, again, I got advertising rates that will fit everybody's budget and well below terrestrial radio. And like I said, the show, once I get to radio only, will be heard all around the world, and probably millions of listeners. Now, it won't be right away, but it's going to happen. So, like I said, if you want to advertise, I'll tell you where on the show's website, talkingthenight.com, where you can contact me, or how you can contact me about the show. Again, it's going to be the same email for booking and everything like that, because I am doing everything as I'm hosting the show, I'm producing the show, I am booking guests, I am the webmaster for the website. So I'm doing all that. So where you can hear the show, this is where besides Spreaker, this is where else that you will be able to hear the show. Now, right now, there's a couple that I do not have yet linked to the show's website, but like Apple Podcasts, the show's on there. iHeartRadio, Spotify, it's on there too. Of course, Facebook podcasts, and of course, YouTube. So all those links on the show's website, you can click on that and hear the show live. Amazon Music, TuneIn, and Google Podcasts, I'm still waiting on the confirmation to allow me to have my broadcast on March 21st and beyond on those sites. But all these sites, there's 9 different sites right now that will be hosting Talk in the Night. So there's a lot there. Now let's go back up to the top, and there's different things on the website that I want to mention. You can go to About, which will talk about me, the host. You can find out about me. I do have to update this a little bit, but you can find out about me, the host. Under the radio show tab, you got guests of the show. It will show all the previous guests that I've had on the show. Lori Champion, she passed away sadly last year, so unfortunately her websites are no good, so I'm gonna probably take her off. Rest in peace, Lori. But you can find all the guests that I've had on the show prior and their links, and any guests that I have on the show in the future will be there, so you can check it out. Also under the radio show tab, there's a couple other things. Talking the Night show archives. When I record a show, after it's done recording on Spreaker and all the other sites, mainly Spreaker, because that's going to be the main site where it's going to be broadcast from. Once I'm done broadcasting, it will be transferred over to the show's website, and you can listen to it anytime that you want. But I am only live from 9 to 11, Monday through Friday, starting March 21st. Advertise on Talking the Night page here. This is where some of the ads will go, because I do have pricing for the homepage, and I do have pricing for other pages on Talking the Night. So every page except for the About is going to have, and the store and everything is going to have advertisements on it. So you can advertise just about anywhere. Again, all the contact stuff, the show's email, where you can contact to advertise on the show. Sponsors, if you got a 30-second spot on the radio, this is where until your time is up on paying, unless you renew, this is where when you are on the ads, the 30-second spots plan, this is where your information will go on the show's website, to where people can click on your link and go to your website. And then, of course, the Talking the Night newsletter, again, probably a month after I am broadcasting, I will bring that back. But as you can see here, you'll get a lot of stuff, special stuff that you will not get on the website here. Like special promo codes for merchandise, special offers, special Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube videos that you will not be able to see on the YouTube unless you are a subscriber to the Night Talk newsletter. So let's go to the blog. I only have one blog up there, I believe, and it says, "Are you an empath?" I wrote this. Well, I didn't write all, but, and then of course a video I did about seeing and communicate with spirits. Now, if you want to write a blog and put it on the show's website, I also welcome that. Send me your blog post over to talkingthenight@outlook.com. I will review it when I have a chance and put it up on the website. And then, of course, there's the store. Actually, before we go to the store, let's go to contact. And that's one thing I didn't load up, was the merch store on my links here. But anyways, go into contacts. You can contact the show either there, or you can do it through the website right here. Now let's go to the store. Now I got 9 different designs up there to where you can purchase different products, where men's apparel, women's apparel, drinkware, accessories, home goods, stuff like that. And it's taking a moment, but as you can see, one of the designs here, but there's the host drawing, there is the plain Talking the Night logo. I got Dark Side Ghost design, alien abduction design, Bigfoot Listens. If you like cryptozoology and Bigfoot, that's a great design. Even aliens listen to Talking the Night, that shirt. The Haunted House t-shirt. Out of This World. And of course, Talking the Night word with the night scene inside the word. So those are the designs. Again, I got t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, again, women's apparel, men's, accessories. I don't know why I'm scrolling slowly. Phone cases, stickers, tote bags, backpacks, stuff like that. Drinkware, mugs, water bottles, pint glasses, steel tumblers, and then pillows and bath towels. So I got all that up on the Talking the Night store. If you click on any of these links, so let's say you want to get this shirt, it will take you to the merch store where you can buy this shirt, and you can pick your size, your color, whatever you want, because it doesn't just come in white. It comes in, this one comes in red. Let's see. Actually, this one comes in black, gray, blue. I thought there was more colors, but you can get what size that you want by clicking on any of those images on the show's website. And it helps support the show. Now, again, I mentioned Facebook Live, or Facebook as one of the social media sites that I got, and I don't want to. Let's go back to the homepage. So you can go to Talking the Night, where I'm actually hosting tonight's live stream. Make sure that you like the post, share it with everybody, share the page with everybody, let everybody know about the show. So let's go to Spreaker here, because this is, again, where most of the show is gonna, and after I'm done with tonight's live stream, I will put all the links that I have talked about tonight, I will put in the description. I just had issues with, again, Google Chrome crashing and OBS crashing and everything like that. But Spreaker is where the show is going to be mainly broadcast out of. Again, you're not gonna see me. There ain't gonna be a webcam on. It ain't gonna be on YouTube as far as video and radio. Because the last time I tried to do that, the video took away from my radio listeners. So the only place I'm gonna be paying attention to the chat if you want to discuss the show while it's live. Wow, I don't know why. So I have a problem with disk space, I guess. But anyways, I had to clear up a lot on my computer. That's probably why everything crashed. But Spreaker is going to have a chat feature there. So that's where I'm going to be able to focus on people chatting during the show. And anybody that doesn't want to call into the show, they can type in their question to the chat for the guest, or during open lines, if you don't want to call it, you can type in the chat there. And I will answer it from there. So anyways, Spreaker is where it's mainly going to be broadcast out of. It will be heard on YouTube, but YouTube, it's only going to be sound only. It'll show a video, but it won't actually be video of me. It'll be, excuse me, it will be video of just the player for Talking the Night on Spreaker. But if you go to the Talking the Night YouTube channel, you can find all the videos that I got. You can find past shows that I did, which are no longer on Spreaker, but they are on YouTube, where you can listen to them. Such as Magic of Energy Healing, things about veterans, prepare for the rise of the Antichrist, different things, different shows that I did radio only. If you want to get an idea of what it's like for those that have never heard the show on radio. Of course, my equipment was not as great last time I did this 3 years ago for radio. So I do have better equipment, better cameras, better lighting, green screen. I didn't have that last time. Then you can find videos of me talking about different topics like weather, weather modification, Stonehenge, scary movies based on true stories, all kinds of stuff there. And of course, the prediction show that I did at the end of last year, which I do that show every year. Now, that show, when I do the radio show, that one actually might be as well YouTube video as well. Now, again, all the links will be posted after I am done with tonight's live stream, where you can find all these links. But this is Spotify right here. This is where it will be heard on Spotify. Of course, there won't be a chat for this, so if you want to chat with me when I'm on the air, radio only again, like I said, go to Spreaker. But if you just want to hear the show, Spotify will have it. iHeartRadio will have it. This is a link to iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast. So all that, it's taking a moment to load, but and like I said, the other places, I'm still waiting on them to confirm to where I can broadcast on those, because it takes a lot of work. I'm doing the show all by myself, so it's a lot of work. And then, of course, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, which I'll, again, link that. This is the Instagram page. Twitter. I got a Twitter account. if it loads up. Everything's being slow tonight, but at least it's not crashing this time. And of course, on Discord. Now, Discord, I want to talk a little bit more about than all the other social media sites because it does have a lot more there. Because this Discord, if you never used Discord before, I got a lot there where you as listeners of the show can, and I don't know why it's been slow. But anyways, there's a lot of different topics that you can talk with other listeners of the show and talk, share your stuff. I'll be checking it every once in a while. But there's the Talk with the Host channel where this will be only for Night Talk newsletter subscribers only when I do that. So don't post nothing in there because I won't answer it unless you are a subscriber. General discussion where I'll post things. You can post general discussions about the paranormal or any other topic that Talk in the Night covers. The rules for the Discord, if you break those rules and I get word that you do break those rules, you will be kicked out and banned from all social media sites. Memes about the paranormal or any other topic that Talk in the Night covers. Okay, Bill, have a good night. Sorry, I did not see that till just now. News links and videos that you want to share about the paranormal or anything else. And I'll mention after I go through Discord what topics that Talk in the Night covers. The welcome screen to welcome you to the Discord. And then there's different subcategories, such as like paranormal stuff, general paranormal discussion, ghosts and spirits, cryptozoology, UFOs and aliens, stories that you have or have read or saw. You can post links there. Experiences that you've had, investigating the paranormal. There's a health subcategory where you can talk about alternative medicine and health around the world. There's a technology sub tab where you can talk about new technology, surveillance, old technology. Conspiracy sub tab where you can talk about political stuff, political conspiracies or political stuff, New World Order, elite families, Federal Reserve. And if there's anything else that you want me to add a subcategory under those subcategories, let me know, please, and I will add it. Money, gold, silver, cryptocurrency, stocks, if you want to talk about money-related stuff. Dating and relationships. Dating, relationships, marriage, divorce, all kinds of stuff like that you can talk about there. Survival, guns, farming, prepping, technologies, you can talk about there. And then the Talk of the Night radio show, request to be a guest. If you don't want to email, you can send your request here on Discord and send your request there as well. But it won't get to being read and searched out quicker than actual regular email. Advertising and sponsorship, again, email is the best, but if you don't want to go through email, you can send me that information, but unfortunately there, it will not be for my eyes only. So if you want to advertise to my listeners, keep it classy, but I really don't want to do that. I'm actually thinking about taking these off. Information about the show um, will be posted there. Ask guest questions. If you got to know a guest that's coming up, but you can't listen to the show, but you want to get your question out to the guest, post it there. Fundraising, when I do any fundraising, the different authors will be posted there. And of course, events of like tonight's event will be there. So that's Discord. Now, let me get back to the show's website, and I want to end tonight's live stream. I'm not going to spend too long. I did have that little hiccup at the start of the show. I apologize once again. But anyways, what the show is all about and what it covers, what topics it covers and everything like that, I want to go over that. Talking Tonight, I started over 10 years ago. I didn't start Talking Tonight. I actually started another program, PRT, Paranormal Talk. I got doing that as a hobby, and then I got more interested in doing it more full time and everything like that. Now I am actually, rather than a hobby, I actually went out and spent the money to have good quality, except for when the computer crashes and stuff like that. I apologize once again. But anyways, good mics, good camera to broadcast on, all that good headset, so all that good stuff. But I want to make this a career. Now, what the show covers is mostly about the paranormal, whether it be, again, ghosts and spirits, cryptozoology, different cryptid creatures, UFOs, aliens. But it also covers other topics such as health, technology and science, dating and relationship, political, conspiracy theories, veteran issues. Again, you can find previous shows on my YouTube channel where I talk about different topics and different guests to discuss all those. So again, let's go over real quick before we end tonight's live stream. Again, the first show back, March 21st, we're going to talk to Bruce Olav Solheim as we discuss ancient alien mystics. John Moore on that Tuesday, March 22nd, as we talk about shamanism and the paranormal. And then Wednesday, March 23rd, we're going to talk to Don Allison as we talk about Ghosts of the Civil War. And again, Thursday, I'm still waiting on the guest to respond to what respond to my email to get him scheduled. And then, of course, every Friday night on the show, I will have open lines. Now, I will mention this, and this is ahead of time, but it's only for I'm only mentioning open the lines ahead of schedule thing. I think it's April 13th. There will be a special Friday the 13th open lines. So it could get a little spooky and creepy that night. So I hope to see y'all, or see you on the chat, I should say, when I come back to the airways on March 21st. And thank you for understanding that the computer crashed and everything like that. I did not plan on that. I had everything set up and it just went to shit. So I apologize once again. So, and just again, reminder, Talking Tonight returns to the airways March 21st at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it runs for 2 hours. So until I broadcast once again live on radio only over on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, and all the other sites that you saw on talkingthenight.com. I shall see you on the dark side. Good night from Talking the Night. Late at night, darkness has fallen. Turn on the radio, and you hear him talking. Listening to what he has to say.